Okay, so The Rental is a new movie written and directed by Dave Franco. It's his directorial debut, and it stars Alison Brie, Dan Stevens, and it's about these two couples who rent this beach house for the weekend, and some things happen between them, and they believe some things are kind of happening with the owner of this beach house. And again, I kind of didn't know this movie was coming out. I didn't know Dave Franco even directed a movie. And overall, this movie is interesting. It's not interesting in a good way. It's not like Relic interesting, where it's like, okay, I kind of want to look into this movie more. This is more like, this is an interesting study. It's like, okay, I want to do this movie, but I also want to do it like this. Like, this is supposed to be a horror movie, but it's also supposed to be like this erotic thriller at times, and it's like Dave Franco really wanted to do this movie about married couples, but he also wanted to throw in these horror elements, and none of them really work. Is there anything good here? Well, there's actually a lot of things that are actually really good about this movie. The acting is pretty good, particularly from Alison Brie, who gets to play this very, very stuck-up character, where it's like, you know, this year she's had two really good roles with The Rental and Horse Girl, so good for her. Also, Sheila Vand is also pretty good in this movie as well. She plays the other female lead. Dan Stevens, Jeremy Allen White, they're fine. They're not bad by any means, but I kind of blame the writing, because their characters are kind of flat overall and not really given much to do in this movie. Meanwhile, Toby Huss, he plays the guy who rents out the beach house to these couples, and he's pretty creepy throughout. Meanwhile, I thought the music was pretty good throughout, by Danny Benson and Sonder Jurians. I probably mispronounced that name, but the music is pretty good as well. The cinematography is very interesting by Christian Spranger. Again, probably mispronounced that name, but it's definitely interesting. It's like the elements are here for this movie, but they just don't really flow together, unfortunately. As I mentioned, like, this movie tries to do multiple things. It tries to be a movie about married couples who are dealing with their issues, and then it also has these elements of a horror movie in it. And again, it just like, it didn't feel like I knew what Dave Franco wanted to do, because it's not an idea to try to like mesh genres or anything, but it's like, try to have a point, because I feel like there was just no point to this movie. Especially when you get to the end, it's like, oh, okay. What was the point? I think I have an idea, but I just feel like it didn't really mean anything, unfortunately. Like, I don't know, it definitely made me think, kind of like how I said Relic made me think, but not in the same sense, though. Because all I'm just thinking about is like, okay, how are these two even related? Because at least with that movie, I can say, oh, this is how this is related, but with this movie, it's just like, nothing. So overall, I feel like The Rental, it really could have been something, but at the same time, it's nothing. It's a movie with mostly solid performances. It's definitely shot well. The music is pretty good. But it's just not over... It's not... I don't even know. Because, like if you were scrolling through Amazon or something, and I wouldn't know if this would appear in drama or horror, because neither really work, honestly. It's just another forgettable movie to me, honestly, because it's like, wow, look at this wasted opportunity. It's well made, just hollow. So overall, I'll give The Rental, I'll be a little nice because it is admittedly well shot and well acted for the most part. I'll give it 2.5 out of 4 stars. Stream it. So, I don't know, who's your favorite couple in a movie, a horror movie, if you have one? Comment down below, subscribe to the channel. This is Pat, and stay safe.